What's up everyone and welcome back to the UFC News Hub. Today let's get started with Islam Makhachev's team is not interested in an Ilia Topuria fight, shutting down speculation that the newly crowned featherweight champion could jump up in weight for a super fight. After Topuria's dominant knockout victory over Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 298, talks of a potential showdown with Makhachev gained traction, with many fans and analysts speculating that the Georgian Spanish star could pose a serious challenge to the lightweight king. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. However, Makhachev's team has made it clear that they have no plans to entertain such a matchup anytime soon. Sources close to Makhachev's camp have stated that they do not see Topuria as a viable opponent for the lightweight champion at this stage. One key reason is that Topuria has yet to defend his featherweight title, and Makhachev's team believes he should establish dominance in his own division before considering a move up. The Dagestani fighter, who is currently on a dominant winning streak, has his sights set on defending his belt against top-ranked lightweights rather than engaging in a cross-divisional super fight that, in their eyes, lacks merit. Another factor in their disinterest is the belief that there are more deserving challengers at lightweight, with names like Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and Arman Tsarukyan all vying for a shot at the 155-pound title. Makhachev's team is focused on facing established contenders who have proven themselves within the division. While Topuria's striking and confidence have impressed many, Makhachev's camp does not feel pressured to entertain a matchup that does not align with their long-term plans. Topuria, for his part, has not been shy about calling out Makhachev, expressing confidence in his ability to dethrone the lightweight champion if given the opportunity. However, Makhachev's team remains unmoved, viewing the challenge as premature. They point to past examples where featherweight champions moved up too soon, only to struggle against bigger, stronger lightweights. For now, their focus is on maintaining dominance in the 155-pound division rather than engaging in a super fight that, in their opinion, lacks substance. While fans may continue to push for a blockbuster Makhachev versus Topuria showdown, it seems unlikely to materialize in the near future. Makhachev's team has made their stance clear. Unless Topuria solidifies himself as a dominant featherweight champion and proves his worth in a potential lightweight fight, they are not interested in entertaining the matchup. Dricus Plessis called out for FLAW record, and it's stirring up quite the debate in the MMA world. After winning the UFC middleweight title from Strickland at UFC 297, he went on to defend it twice, once against Israel Adesanya and then again in a rematch with Strickland at UFC 312. On paper, his resume looks undeniably impressive, boasting victories over top-tier names like Adesanya, Robert Whittaker, and Strickland. However, not everyone is convinced that these wins truly reflect DDP's dominance in the division. Brendan Allen, who is set to fight Anthony Hernandez this weekend in Seattle, took aim at Plessis during media day. He didn't hold back when analyzing DDP's track record. If you look at his resume on paper, man, this guy's a stud. But if you really look at it and watch the fights, he fights these guys that have such a great name, but look at the timeline that he fights them, Allen said. He pointed out that Plessis has faced elite fighters, but only when they were past their prime, unmotivated, or simply at the wrong point in their careers. Allen specifically mentioned Adesanya as an example. You see Izzy on someone's resume and you're like, you think of the Izzy at his top and you're like, wow, he beat this guy. And then you watch the fight and you're like, this ain't the Izzy that fought like Paulo Costa or anything like that. This ain't the same guy. I just think he gets them at the best times. The best names at the best time, Allen said. It's a strong argument. While Plessis' wins over big names cannot be erased, the circumstances surrounding those fights raise some questions. Was Adesanya at his best? Was Strickland fully prepared? Did Whittaker have the same fire? These are the doubts Allen is putting out there, and they make for an interesting conversation about how much weight DDP's victories actually carry. Now, the expectation is that Plessis' next fight will be against Khamzat Chimaev, who is coming off a dominant win against Robert Whittaker. Chimaev has already started trading shots with DDP on social media, making it clear that he's more than ready to challenge for the belt. Plessis, for his part, acknowledged the matchup in his post-fight press conference. "I want to fight Khamzat next and then move up to fight Alex Pereira," he said. If Plessis manages to add Chimaev's name to his resume, the criticisms might lose some weight. A win over an undefeated and dangerous opponent like Khamzat would silence a lot of doubters. But until that fight happens, the debate continues. Is Plessis the real deal, or has he just been in the right place at the right time? Strickland breaks silence on money dispute with coach. The drama started when Justin Janes, a coach at Extreme Couture, made some bold claims. According to Janes, Nixick only went on Ariel Helwani's show to vent about Strickland because Strickland owed him money. He even claimed that Nixick sent Strickland a 5-paragraph text message and was completely ghosted in response. If you want the full backstory on this, we covered it in our video yesterday, but the situation quickly escalated after Strickland saw the clip making rounds online. Strickland wasted no time shutting down the rumors, calling them outright lies. "This is completely false," Sean Strickland said, responding to the accusations. But he didn't stop there. In another comment, he took a shot at Janes himself, saying, "Bro, all these washed up fighters doing podcasts LMAO," Sean Strickland said. It was a direct jab, making it clear that he didn't take Janes' words seriously. Now, this whole situation is pretty confusing. If Justin Janes was just some random guy, it would be easy to dismiss this as a completely fake story. But the fact that he's actually a coach at Extreme Couture means there might be something to it. We're not outright accusing Strickland of not paying Eric Nixick, but it does raise some questions. Why would Janes make such a claim if he wasn't getting this information from Nixick or someone close to him? After all, what does he gain from making up a lie about one of the biggest names in his own gym? Would he really risk his own reputation and job at Extreme Couture just to spread a fake story? There's also the possibility that this was true at some point, but they've since worked things out behind the scenes. Maybe there was some miscommunication, maybe things got blown out of proportion, or maybe Strickland genuinely didn't feel he owed anything. Until Eric Nixick speaks up about it, we won't have the full picture. As of now, he hasn't responded to the claims, but given how big this has gotten, it's only a matter of time before he addresses it. When he does, we'll be covering every detail, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on all the latest developments. Arman Tsarukyan knocks coach out of OCTAGON. He accidentally sent his coach flying backward, causing him to fall outside the octagon during a training session. Here's the clip. Arman Tsarukyan was set to face Islam Makhachev in a highly anticipated rematch, but the fight was unfortunately cancelled, leaving fans disappointed. Many saw this as Tsarukyan's golden opportunity to prove how much he has improved since their first encounter. Despite the setback, Tsarukyan remains confident that he will get his shot at Makhachev sooner rather than later. "I've improved so much since our first fight. If we run it back, I'm confident I'll beat him," Arman Tsarukyan said. He believes his relentless wrestling, sharp striking, and overall skill set make him the biggest threat to Makhachev's reign at 155 pounds. Do you think the UFC will reschedule this fight, or has the opportunity passed? Will we see Tsarukyan get his long-awaited shot at the champion, or will he have to prove himself again? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.